in the scene that we just watched, you have three different perspectives. You have Walter, who is still being the dominant one of being the male, who's trying to dictate a woman's life rather beneath his sister's life because she wants to be a doctor. She's exploring and venturing out to overcome the daily routine of just being married and not having a career of actually being a doctor, which during the 1950s, the only career for a woman was either be a maid, a teacher, a nurse, or you just stay at home and be a caretaker for the family. Well, in beneath her perspective, she realized that she doesn't want to settle and she would like to be a doctor to actually advance herself and actually explore the world for what it is and rather being stuck to a standard that is provided to her based on history. And Ruth is also provided a perspective because she is a caretaker and maid who is washing clothes to help provide for the family, and she doesn't have anything else going for herself besides being a wife and a mother and just take care of the house and basically just being a person who just sits aside and not doing anything if she desires to do anything. She basically is kind of sacrificing herself to fulfill the happiness of her family and doing what she has to do to support her man, in the case of Walter. And Walter is just being the dominant one to subject Benita into thinking that her only option is just be married and she should be happy with just being married by sacrificing any dream or life that she has. So in this scene, I noticed that the American dream for Benita is to become a doctor, to just basically to advance her opportunity to explore the world and to see what it is and branch off into defining a new self for herself. Walter is just stuck on having and investing in the liquor store to have money to provide for his family to get them out of the situation that they're in or the living standards that they're in. And Ruth American dream is to just have peace and a good structure and stability home where Walter's not keep talking about what is and what's not, and just basically have a room for her child is all the happiness that she needs. Also, another scene in this movie discussed between with Miss Lena, Ruth, Benita, and with Benita, Ruth, Miss Lena, and Walter when they're all in the same room. When he loses the money, he is disappointed in himself and he sees that as a step back, and he realized that in that moment that he is not being the ideal man that he's supposed to be for as the general. And throughout the movie, he identified himself as being higher above people and trying to put people down, put them in their place, rather than realizing that he's a problem because his American dream is not realistic. Even though it's a dream, it's not the dream to actually get them out of the situation. It's just more of a scam wise than actually doing what's best for the family. Also, I noticed some point of view from the female and from the male. The females in the movie, Miss Lena, Ruth, and Benita, even though they have different perspective and different views for how their character is being shown throughout the movie, they all are a caretaker and they provide stability spiritually, mentally, and physically throughout the movie to help build the bands up, to guide them and support them. And the male point of view, he just wants his independence to be able to take care of his family like he wants to, and he wants the best, and he wants to be able to provide for his family in a way that he won't feel like he's disappointed anyone or giving up, and he don't want to down anyone, like how in the first scene that we watched where Travis asked for money and Ruth is saying that she doesn't have the money. He wants to be able to do that for his family. And as I was watching this film and related to today's time, I noticed that though even though times have changed, gender roles are still a mess. It's still a broad topic because even though women are still pursuing careers instead of marriage, or either they're doing both, it still provides a lack that men feel towards women when they feel like, oh, you got this and that, so you don't need me, or you should be relying on me, or you should have to do this. Well, also times have changed are reversing, where the women are going out to work while the male are sitting at home just take care of the child, or just get a regular 9 to 5 job versus getting a good job that will lead into retirement to help provide for the family as well. And also gender roles, you see that with relationship, you see that with work, you see how still today some men in career fields are getting paid more than others, and it's not fair, but it's the world that we live in. And also throughout this movie, every character portrays a different perspective towards the American dream, and yeah.